Hello folks, today I'm just doing a little crappie setup kind of video. You'd be surprised how many new crappie fishermen out there who are just getting started would like to know some of these tips. And so anyway, so I decided after I had a friend messaged me on Facebook saying, hey, I like to get into crappie fishing. What's some ways to start off? Well, anyway, I gave him the old slip float method to start off. He has no electronics and stuff, so not going to be able to fish really brush piles. So anyway, these are bobber slips. So best thing I can tell you is to start off with bobber slips. Okay, now these are the beads. Okay, these are bobber slip beads. So anyway, all you do is you pick one out here, still on the wire. You thread it through there like so, and then you just pull the bead. Okay, now as you can see, we now have the bead on there. So, with the bead on there, then we are going to take our slip bobber, run it through there, okay, so now it will not go past that bead. And we can move this bead up and down to add length and line so we can change our depths quick and easy. So next step is to add a split shot. So it will not slide all the way down to our jig head. Okay, so we got the bobber stopper up top and the split shot. Size varies, just depends on how light you want it or heavy, how far you want to cast, etc. So, and then we're going to tie the jig. Now to tie the jig, I like to first, let me get some line here, I like to first make a loop. So just quick spin. Let's see. Okay, so see now, there we are. We got just a loop. Okay. So then I'm going to stick my tag end through the crappie jig. Now I'm going to go over top of this loop, and then I'm going to give it a couple of twists, and then I'm going to go through both holes, both loops. Okay, now it's good to wet this line, maybe lick it, put some little saliva on it, etc., but I'm not going to do that today. So anyway, so I'm going to tighten both ends so I come about halfway where I want it. Okay, so then we're going to pull the tag end and the jig head at the same time, and then you're going to come up with a loop. Now notice this jig head. It is now horizontal. Okay, it's not vertical, it's not going facing up, it's not facing down. This too creates a pivoting like movement when you're hitting cover. So not saying you're not going to get hang-ups, but it's also going to help you get less hang-ups. Okay, so notice this is natural. A bait fish swims just like that, horizontal. Okay, so let's go over this we got the bead, we got the bobber. Now what I like to do is I like to cut some of these down. I like to, especially this particular bobber, I like to raise it all the way up there, and I'll cut some length off of that. Unless if I'm fishing, you know, 10 feet or 10 to 15 feet, then I like to get that. Then I like to leave this extra material on there to help move the jig. But anyway, so then we got the split shot, and then the jig head. Okay, so like I say, guys, this bead right here, it is adjustable. We can move it up, down. Best thing I can tell you is just start off at, depending on the depth of water you're fishing. You know, in the early spring, you know, crappie can, they could be in literally inches of water. I'm not going to say move it just an inch at a time, but I normally like to start, you know, 4 feet, work my way up, especially if I know I'm in a spot where that'll hold crappie. So, and also I want to say Bobby Garland jigs. Okay, this particular one is called the Blueback Shad, and see there, that looks just like a minnow. I mean, you can fish with tubes, anything like that, but personally, these are all you need. All you need. I mean, different colors, sure. You know, chartreuse and white works great. They also have one called Ice Out. It's almost chartreuse and white, and it's got some blue flake in it. I seem to really like that one as well. But this is about as easy to start off for a beginner as possible. You know, you're not casting like you would be bass fishing with a curly tail grub, and you know that at times can it does produce, but I would say for the beginner, this is what I would go with. Let me grab my other slip here. These are also a different version of a slip. I, as you know, have the bead on. These are ties. What you basically do is just run the line through the tube and move this down your line and pull. Now, I will say, wet this before you start to pull, as it will tighten down a whole lot better, and you won't constantly have this sliding up when you're casting or etc. I personally try to stay away from these, but if I have to fish deep, this is what I want, because even if this goes in my reel from being so deep, I can still make those casts. With the bead, if it gets in your reel with the line spinning out of your reel, it will hang up every time. So that's for deep, in my opinion. But the bead, these are my favorite. Okay, quick and simple. Get a lot in a pack for, I think it's under $2. Okay, I like to fish with a 7-foot rod, ultralight or light action, whichever you prefer. I like to use a light action. I got a little bit backbone for, you know, making longer casts and getting hook sets, and that's why I like the 7-foot rods, because I can cast this thing pretty good distance and still hook fish out from a distance if I need to. So anyway, guys, if there's any questions that you have or another video that you'd like me to do, I'll be glad to help you. I do plan on actually doing some crappie videos this spring. I had an amazing season in 2016, but unfortunately I just never brought the camera. Anyway, I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.